Welcome to Thrive with Megan and Harry. We bring you news, views, and commentary about Harry and Meghan. Let's thrive together, guys. I hope you're doing well. Um, it's good to talk to you guys again. I'm trying to make it more frequent this week. Um, just to get the word out there. Anyways, guys, just a few little stories that came up today. Um, we found out today that Archwell, um, they put out this statement here on the Archwell website, and it says New National Women's Law Center report eluc- elucidates the devastating impact of the pandemic on women. I'm just going to read a little bit of it here. It says last week, our friends at the National Women's Law Center released a new report that provides a timely snapshot of the continuing multifaceted impact of the C-19 pandemic on women and mothers. While men have returned to the workplace at pre pandemic levels, the report finds 1.1 million fewer women are in the labor force today than in February 2020. The NWLC also draws on new national survey data to detail the disproportionate mental, economic, and health burdens on women, particularly among Black women, Latinas, and other women of color, who as a result of the pandemic are more likely to be managing caregiving responsibilities, navigating loss of household income, dealing with food insecurity, and battling mental health struggles. To address this uneven toll, the NWLC has put forth policy suggestions for a women centered recovery. You can read more about it in the report findings. I'm not really going to read all that. But it says here, and if you like us, you are compelled by these findings to help improve the issues it brings to light. We encourage you to visit our action page. There, you'll find ideas for meaningful ways to show up for women in your own communities and around the world. So this is just a little statement from Archwell today. So I just wanted to read that to you. And you know what? That is so true. Women, I've always heard that things, and I know for a fact, being a woman and being a single parent, a single mother, things affect us differently. And you can imagine coming from, and I was born in Barbados, um, and even like, and right now I live in Canada, and definitely, you just as a single mother, things, and as a Black single mother, things are definitely, you definitely come across a lot more hurdles than you normally would in a normal, and now because of the pandemic and all that, things are definitely affecting women in a different way, right? Women always have the brunt of everything. We always have to face things. We always have to do everything. We always have to be the ones who take care of the family. Um, and it says here, men have returned to the workplace at pre-pandemic levels. So already, men have bounced back, and women, and it says here, the report finds that 1.1 million fewer women are in the labor force today than in February 2020. So it shows you right there the disparity in how many women could return to work more quickly, and the men have returned at the, robustly at the same levels that they were before the pandemic. So isn't that interesting? Because women, we always have to, like I said, take the brunt of everything. We're the ones, we have to take care of the family, of course, and then we also take care of the kids, you take care of the husband, we take care of everybody in the house. And then, and it's hard when you have to do all that, because that is a full-time job. Taking care of, being a parent is a full, especially a single parent, is a full-time job basically. And then when you add in, okay, if you have to work outside of the home or if you work inside of the home, it's an added pressure. And you also have the added, the mental health capacity where you worry a lot as a woman. You worry so much because you worry about your kids when you send them off to school. You're worrying about how you're going to pay your bills. You're worried about a lot. And it's just like, we basically, it's on our shoulders here. Everything is pretty much on our shoulders, and we have to face things. We just have to face a lot as, just as a woman, and as a, and coming from, if you come from a country where they don't really inject a lot into mental health, um, into women's, the economic, to anything to help women basically, um, and with the health burdens on women, particularly black women, that's what they said, Latinas and women of color. If you're from a country or an island or something that doesn't really have a lot of resources to pour into these things, it can be pretty hard for these women. It can be. And I'm so happy that the National Women's Law Center, they recognize this. They recognize that women need extra help here. They need an injection into, they just need something to reinvigorate um, the situation so that women can get back out to work, and women who want to get back out to actually work outside of the home, they can do that. And I'm happy to hear that the National Women's Law Center, they are, they recognize this, and they are putting forth policy changes and policy suggestions for a women-centered recovery. I'm so happy to hear this. So yeah, I'm actually excited about this, because you know what, women, especially women of color, black women, we always, things always hit us differently. And when, and that's basically, like, for instance, we take time off to have a baby or whatever. We come back and things have changed at work. Things have gone ahead and we have to just start over from scratch. And it's a lot of things that are disproportionate that affect women. And I am actually pretty stoked about the fact that they are looking into a rescue plan for women. So I just went on to their the Resilient But Not Recovered, the National Women's Law Center. I went onto their website here, and it says resilient but not recovered. After 2 years of C-19 crisis, women are still struggling. Right? So it says, in the 2 years since the arrival of the virus in the United States, upending our economy and our lives, ongoing uncertainty about the future has become a constant for many. Although the C-19 recession is officially over, it's not really over, because it's not over. And we are in a period of economic recovery, due in part to the American Rescue Plan Act and other robust relief measures enacted in 2020 and 2021. Millions of people lost jobs and income that they have not yet recovered. To better understand the impact of the pandemic on women and families, NWLC collaborated with the Sprout Insight to conduct in-depth interviews and focus groups with women around the country in December 2021, and with polling from GQR to conduct a national representative mixed mode survey of 3,800 adults from February 2022. In Resilient But Not Recovered, after 2 years of the C-19 crisis, women are still struggling, it found. And it combines analysis of federal data from the Bureau of Labor Institute and U.S. Census Bureau with the findings from this qualitative and quantitative research to reveal how women are really faring at work and in their lives after 2 years of a punishing pandemic. The data is sobering, basically. More than two-thirds of the net jobs lost since the pandemic began are women's jobs. And while men have returned to their pre-pandemic labor force size, over 1.1 million fewer women are in the labor force today than in February 2020. In addition, women have shouldered most of the new and persistent unpaid caregiving demands. And that's another thing as well. Like, I have a child, she goes to school. She's school age. But I remember how hard it was for me when I was working. I'm still working, but I mean, when she was of that age, where she was not the age for school as yet. And I remember I had to, it was a struggle. I used to have to use at home daycare facilities, like people who did it from their home, from their house. And so that's who I had to use because I couldn't afford any other way in order for me to go to work while my daughter, like, and I wasn't like working from home or anything. I was working outside of the house, of course. And I was a single mom, and I had to find a reasonable, and thank God that I did find reasonable babysitters, but even reasonable babysitters are still expensive. So, that those are things that women have to worry about. Women have to put the food on the table. They have to worry about the rest of the family. If they're not married, they have to, like I was not married at that time, and so I had to worry about my child and worry about putting food on the table as the one who's responsible for the household, right? And even women who are married, they still also have to deal with a lot of stuff too, like, you know they still have to look after everybody, and then it becomes a mental health struggle for women. So so it says here, let me go on and see what it says. It says the recovery has been uneven. Many women, particularly black women, Latinas, and other women of color, are still struggling to make ends meet. Yeah, exactly. Nearly 40% of women, including 66% of women who lost or quit a job during the pandemic, and 51% of women in paying jobs, $15 an hour or less, say their family's financial situation is worse today than before the pandemic. Of course it is. Of course it is. Compared to 26% of men. Because from the get-go, women basically were paid less, right? We were paid less. And now, and like I told you before, hey, when you got to stop work and you have to, you stop work because you have the baby, when you finally do go back to work, things have changed. You have to kind of almost start over. And then you also have to worry about when you're working outside of your house, outside of the home, you have to worry about daycare and stuff like that. So it's and if you don't have family to help you, like, it's very, it can be a struggle. So there you go. And it says here 58% of women report that C-19 pandemic has had a negative impact on their mental health. Of course it would. And it says here, as we enter the third year of the pandemic, it has never been clearer that policies to bolster families' incomes, ensure access to healthcare, including mental health support and reproductive healthcare without cost barriers, and help people both work and care for their loved ones, are essential to drive a full and equitable recovery. Delivering these long overdue reforms will ensure we build a new and better economy that finally works for women and for all of us. So, yeah, I'm actually pretty happy that this organization is, they're recognizing that this pandemic has affected women in lots of different ways than it did affect men. That's the long and short of the story. And most things do affect women in a different way than it does affect men. So I'm actually pretty stoked about that. And yeah, I'm gonna read up more about that. I am actually very interested in that. But so I just wanted to bring you that. That's what Archwell have on their website today. And I am actually happy about this because now I never knew about this National Women's Law Center before, and now I do. And if you want to support them, you can always go over there. They have a website. Go over there and support them. Okay. Um, okay. So next thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is guys. Now Willie Willie is turning 40 this year. So there's a book. And Robert Jabbo has made a book about the wills. Okay. It says here, and it's called William at 40. Okay. And it says here, Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, is one of the world's most famous faces. Yeah, okay. Destined to one day lead the ancient institution of the British monarchy as king. If it lasts that long, I guess we should say that. If it lasts that long. Determined to do the right thing and to serve his country as his grandmother, the Queen, has done, William has created a public persona of a loving husband to Catherine and devoted father of three to George, Charlotte, and Louis. Calm, balanced, and determined, he is perceived as passionate about the environment and the animal species that are facing extinction on our planet. Well, yeah, he's more concerned about the animals than he was about the African people that he told to stop having kids. So there you go. Anyways, I don't want to read any more about that. I just wanted to highlight that there's a book coming about William, and he's turning, William turning 40, and he looks like if he's at least 60 in this picture. But there you go. So anyways, so there you go. Drabo is writing a book about wills. I think it's already out, and there you go. But the funny thing about this, I don't know how good this. I don't think this book is gonna do that well, but whatever, it is what it is. If it does well, good for them. If it doesn't, well, whatever. But you know what book I'm waiting for? I am waiting for. You already know. Harry's gonna have his book, and I think it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be the end of this year. That's what they said. So that's the book I'm hoping for. I'm waiting for. So that's the book that I'll be getting. So yeah, okay, Wills, and your turning 40 book, whatever, Jabble. Anyways, so guys, I actually wanted to talk a little bit more about the Invictus games. Okay. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Invictus games. All right. And I am just gonna tell, just in case if somebody just all of a sudden just clicks on my channel and they've never heard about the Invictus games, it's possible. You never know. I just wanna say a few things here about the Invictus game. So the Invictus Games is an international sporting event for wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women, both serving and veterans. The games use the power of sport to inspire recovery, support rehabilitation, and generate a wider understanding and respect of all those who serve their country. The word Invictus means unconquered, chosen as an embodiment of the fighting spirit of the wounded, injured, and sick service personnel and what they achieve post injury. And we all know that the Invictus Games was founded by our Prince Harry, or Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. And, of course, we know as well, the inspiration came from his visit to the Warrior Games in the US, where he witnessed the ability of sport to help both psychologically and physically. And the first Invictus Games took place in September 2014 at the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park in London, UK, and So it also says here the 2014 opening ceremony was organized by Harry and attended by the then British Prime Minister David Cameron. You know, the Charles, Camilla, and all them, and Wills came. All them came. Yeah, and the event also included a recorded message from the First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama. Oh yeah, it did. So she was supporting from the beginning. She was supporting. Okay, and so the second games opened on 8th of May 2016 at the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex at Walt Disney World. Guys, I never really paid attention to this before. I mean, before I started you know following Harry and Meghan, of course, and mostly because of Meghan. And I always knew about Harry, of course, but I wouldn't have paid attention that much, but I did know about it. But guys, I didn't even know that they had it at at Walt Disney World near Orlando, Florida. I had no idea. And it says again the games were organized by Harry and the First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama, former U.S. President George W. Bush, and many other dignitaries, and U.S. President Barack Obama and Queen Elizabeth II helped make a promotional video for the 2016 event. That was interesting. And it says here the third games, that was the popular one that we all know about. The third games were held in September 2017 in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This is my hometown. But the funny thing about it is, that is when he was, of course, we all know he started dating Meghan. Well, no, he was dating Meghan for like a good few months before. And we all know that's when they came out, and they came out, and they were at the wheelchair games and stuff like that, and that was the first public outing, and then everybody knew, and they were holding hands and stuff, and Meghan was wearing that boyfriend shirt or husband shirt or whatever it's called. I think it's called the boyfriend or husband one. I don't know, but either way, that was the games, guys, that we all found out that they were dating fully, and we knew for a fact that she was a serious girlfriend. And I will always have like a reverence for those games, although it was right here in my city, and I heard about it, and I could have heard about it, but now I'm like, why didn't I go to one of these games? Like, what was I thinking? But anyways, so yeah, so and it goes on here, yeah, where Harry made one of his first high profile public appearances with Meghan Markle, whom he later married, of course. The 2018 games were held in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, and attended by both Harry and Meghan. And that was before the babies. So, and it goes on, the 2020 games were scheduled to be held in the Hague, Netherlands in May 2020, but of course they were postponed to this year 2022 due to the pandemic and all that. So yeah, so that's basically it. So it says here the games were launched on March 6th 2014, and yeah, okay, that's blah blah blah, we don't need to know all that. So and you know what, that is all of the things that we really need to know about the Invictus games. So yeah, I'm happy, and I can't wait till the beginning of it. It's gonna be in a few days. Yes, it will. The Invictus games will be in a few days, and yeah, I'm so happy about this. And so, guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the Invictus. So, okay, so guys, I just wanted to let you know, I'm going to go through a little bit of the analytics on the channel here. Like I told you guys that we did reach over 220. Well, okay, you know what? Let me just not to. Let me just see. We are over 200,000 views on this channel, which is great, right? Over over 200,000. It's actually, I think around 22,000 by now. But I don't have the exact number, but it's definitely over 200,000 200,000 views on the channel. So that's that. And our subscribers are also growing as well. So we're at 2,165 subscribers. That's amazing. So we just gotta keep pushing and keep subscribing, guys. That's amazing. Um, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know a little bit of what's going on here on the channel. I think it's great that we reached that amount, and I'm just, I'm surprised that we got this far. I'm really happy about that. And I want to thank um, our members, of course, our amazing members. And guys, if you want to be a member, there's memberships available. But thank you, member for 2 months, Lydia Washington, Mrs. S, a member for 2 months, Arnold Sanders, and Cookies and Cream, a member for 2 months. Thank you guys so much for keeping this channel going here. You are using your hard-earned dollars to keep this channel here, just because it just makes it easier to be able to sit here and do these videos when there's someone here supporting you. And I appreciate it so much. And I also have to make a few thank yous. I'm just gonna thank a few people who they always send super chats. Okay. And these are people who have supported me in the last all those months. Alice Langdon, Nutty Doctor, amazing. You're always supporting. Cookies and Cream, although she's a member, she still supports. Thank you so much. Mrs. S, she supports even though she's a member. Carol Lund, thank you so much for your support. Arnold Sanders, thank you for your support. Um, Black Queen, thank you so much for your support. Black Cougar 1959, thank you for your support. Bertha Steven, thank you for your support. Rochelle Cherry, thank you for your support. Nutty Doctor again, thank you so much, Nutty Doctor, for your support. And Lottie G, thank you so much for your support. And Black Queen sent a super sticker, I think a day or two ago. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Oh, thank you for your support. And remember, I asked the members, what do you want me to do, members? What should we do? We have to do something special for the members, guys. What and I'm asking you right now, what do you want me to do specially for you, my members? You guys are amazing. So just let me know, okay? Um and yeah, I think you know, that is all that I had to talk about. There is not a huge lot going on, but you know, I know next couple of weeks we'll be drinking out of a fire hydrant because the news is gonna be coming fast and furious, and this week is a little more slow and quiet, and yeah, I just I just want to keep a good rapport with you guys. I want to know what what the members want me to do as a special thing to say thank you. That's what I want to know. Tell me in the comments, guys. Tell me in the comments. Um, and yeah, guys, remember to like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. And remember that Megan said it's not enough to just survive something. That's not the point of life. You have to thrive. You have to feel happy. Unquote. And thank you so much, guys, for everything that you have been doing. You have been keeping this channel alive. And it's just amazing that you guys are always here and you're always supporting. I really do appreciate it so much. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, I think that was it that I had to say for today. Um yeah, so as far as the members, yeah, yeah, okay, the subscribers, 2,165, I told you that. Um, I wanted to know. I know we're over 200,000, but I wanted to tell you the exact number. But it's gonna. I don't want to be trying to find it here. Nah, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. I'll tell you the exact number next time. But the number keeps changing. It keeps going up and up and up. Anyways, so thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Have a great one. And I appreciate you coming through. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great evening. Have a great evening, a great night, a great morning, whatever. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great one. Okay, bye.